Good morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to my morning news report right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. Take a look at this photos right here. Suspect in Pelham church shooting faces new charges. Suspect is stepson of minister killed earlier this month. The man accused of opening fire during a wedding at a Pelham church on Saturday, shooting the bishop and bride, is now facing additional charges, including attempted murder. Dale Holloway, 37, is accused of shooting both Bishop Stanley, 75, and Claire McMullen, 60, at the New England Pentecostal Ministry on Bridge Street just after 10 a.m. on Saturday. On Sunday, authorities announced 4 new charges against Holloway: attempted murder for shooting of Bishop Stanley, being a felon in possession of a firearm, second-degree assault for the shooting of McMullen, and simple assault for striking the groom, Mark Castiglione, in the head with a gun. Holloway was also arrested on Saturday on a first-degree assault charge. Bishop Stanley suffered a gunshot wound to the chest and was taken to Tufts Medical Center in Boston, where he is being treated for serious injuries, authorities said. McMullen suffered a gunshot wound to the arm, according to Senior Assistant Attorney General Ben Adjett. She is expected to be released from the hospital Sunday. On Sunday, officials confirmed that Holloway is the stepson of Luis Garcia, 60, a minister at the church who was killed earlier this month in Londonderry. A celebration of life memorial service for Garcia was set for noon at the church Saturday. Authorities said that groom Mark Castiglione is the father of Brandon Castiglione, who has been charged in Garcia's death. Holloway is being held pending his arraignment, which is scheduled for 1 p.m. Tuesday. No deaths have been reported in connection with the shooting. Guests at the wedding tackled and subdued Holloway until police arrived, officials said. Guests who subdued the suspect suffered minor injuries. Police said Holloway arrived at the scene after the wedding begun. Pelham Police Chief said the church underwent active shooter training within the past year. Services at the church on Sunday were canceled. Parishioners of Pelham Church dealing with shock of shooting. New England Pentecostal Ministry in Pelham remained closed off Sunday, one day after a shooting during a wedding, and some church members said they are still in shock over what took place. In Lowell, Massachusetts, leadership at CCF Ministry opened their doors to roughly 30 parishioners from the church in Pelham. Senior pastor at Lowell Church said he's known Bishop Stanley, who was shot Saturday for 29 years. He said as soon as he learned of the shooting, he rushed to the bishop's side. I stayed there for about 13 hours, and they are keeping me informed every half an hour, he said. He said Bishop Stanley has undergone 3 surgeries so far and is opening his eyes and moving his head, but he said the bishop is still in critical condition. All events at the Pelham Church were cancelled as investigators continued to assess the scene. On Elm Street in Manchester Sunday, services got underway for the church's Queen City branch. Absent from the service in Manchester was Pastor Mark, who is the son of Bishop Stanley. Some worshippers from Pelham made the drive to Manchester to find comfort among parishioners. The King's Kid Child Care Center located at the church told parents Sunday it will be closed until Thursday. A parents' meeting will be held Wednesday night and counselors will be on hand for the meeting. Father of groom describes shooting during wedding at Pelham Church. Let's take a listen to that interview from WMUR News 9, Mike Cronin.
For 10 years, New England homeowners have trusted Century Roofing. We get the job done right at a fair price. Call today to arrange a free estimate and to reserve a spot for your 2019 roof replacement. Century Roofing, we've got you covered.
I thought I was in the twilight zone. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Angelo Castiglione is trying to make sense of what was supposed to be a celebration in Pelham of his son Mark and soon-to-be daughter-in-law Claire.
Claire came running over to the car all excited. She was waiting for this day.
The wedding took a horrific turn when a gunman approached the altar.
I saw the figure in black just run right up the stairs and face the bishop. Bishop turned around and he just boom, boom, and then turned around and aimed at my son and his future wife.
The 87-year-old says he ran to stop the shooter, but his other son and the best man, Gary, already had.
And grabbed the guy, and they were wrestling up there, and he had the gun, and they come wrestling down. He rolling down the stairs and rolling right in front of me here, and then my son was on top of him, had the gun out of the guy's hand.
Others jumped in, holding down the suspect until police arrived. Angelo is grateful for his son's quick thinking and that no one was killed.
Mark and Claire are okay. They're being released from the hospital today. It's just a shame. It's the world we live in today, unfortunately. Nothing is safe.
Tonight, authorities confirmed the alleged gunman is the stepson of Luis Garcia, who was murdered weeks ago in Londonderry. Angelo's grandson, Brandon, is accused of killing Garcia.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get into that part of it. That's been in the news enough. Yeah. All the situation is sad.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that interview with that father of the groom. And that does it for my morning news report right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another news report. Goodbye, everyone.